Minecraft mobs have been added to Dungeons & Dragons via the Monstrous Compendium Volume 3, which is free on the D&D Beyond website. But do the D&D adaptations hold true to their Minecraft counterparts? And are they worth adding to your campaign? Let's dive in. The first of these monsters is the Blaze. They reside in the fiery landscape of the Nether and attacks players by shooting fireballs at them. In Minecraft, they are a highly sought-after mob due to the loot it drops when it is killed, blaze rods. The rods are used for fueling a brewing stand to make potions. The challenge rating for this mob is a 5, which would be considered an easy fight for a party of 4 at level 5, but can quickly become a deadly encounter if the party fights more than one at a time. It has a healthy amount of hit points at an average of 75, but it also has a lot of resistances to common damage types. Just like in Minecraft, this creature can shoot fireballs at its target for 1d10 plus 3, or an average of 8 damage. It can hover 20 feet in the air, but only vertically. The Blaze has a 50% chance of dropping a blaze rod when it dies. Players can use it as a glow stick, or attempt to snap the rod, and every creature in a 5-foot radius takes some kind of fire damage, depending on a dexterity saving throw. There are no potion making applications for blaze rods in D&D. But if you're the DM, you shouldn't let that stop you. You can make the blaze rods into something that enhances potions when ground into a powder and added. A fun side quest could be players must adventure into a volcano to find this elemental and bring back 3 blaze rods to the local potion maker. The D&D adaptation of this mob is pretty spot on, but is it worth having in your campaign? Yes. The Blaze provides a reasonable challenge for players and can open the door to different quest options with new loot drops. The scourge of the overworld, the bane of every Minecrafter's existence, the Creeper. This creature may look harmless at first glance, but get too close and it explodes and destroys everything in its immediate vicinity, including you, if you're not careful. If struck by lightning, they become charged and explode with even greater power. For as fearsome as this creature is, it has a fear of cats and will do everything it can to run away from them. Don't be fooled by this low challenge rating. The Creeper can still pose a threat to your party. Well, unless they have a tabaxi. If the Creeper ends its turn within 10 feet of a humanoid it can see, it will stop moving and emit a hissing sound loud enough that it can be heard by creatures within 30 feet of itself. You can move away from it, but it will take its next movement to move to the closest humanoid it can see. If there are 1 or more humanoids within 10 feet of the hissing Creeper, the Creeper explodes in a 20-foot radius sphere centered on itself. The Creeper is destroyed and every creature in the explosion's area must make a dexterity saving throw, taking 4d6 force damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. If it's a charged Creeper, it will do more damage, 2d6 more to be exact, and damage objects as well. When a Creeper drops to 0 hit points from a charged Creeper's explosion, its head falls off and can be worn as a mask, just like in Minecraft. The Creeper as a D&D monster definitely stays true to Minecraft, but is it worth having in your campaign? Definitely. I've heard other DMs complain that the Creeper would be hard to integrate into their campaign because of the way it looks, and all I have to say to that is, have some imagination. The Ender Dragon, the fearsome boss to defeat in Minecraft. It is unclear if the Ender Dragon is a prisoner or guardian of the end dimension. With its void black scales and purple eyes, it engulfs its foe with a gaseous breath, or flings them with its great wings. Surrounded by end crystals to heal itself, this dragon will not go down easy. With a challenge rating of 19, the Ender Dragon is the higher of challenge ratings than all the adult dragons in the monster manual, but not as high as all the ancient dragons. For comparison, an adult red dragon has a challenge rating of 17. The Ender Dragon's HP is at an average of 350, and if the DM incorporates the end crystals into the scene, this dragon is gonna be healing itself. It has the same attacks as it would in the game: bite, wing attack, and dragon breath. The bite attack is pretty straightforward. However, the beating wings attack will cause 1d4 plus 8 bludgeoning damage to a player on a failed dexterity saving throw, be pushed away 10 feet, and becomes prone. And if you thought that was bad, the harmful breath attack can cause 15 d6 necrotic damage on a failed constitution save. Your party may not have a fun day with this dragon. If the party is able to slay the Ender Dragon, they will be rewarded with a dragon egg that is worth 5,000 gold pieces, on top of the other loot the DM decides. I'm surprised that the Ender Dragon's D&D adaptation is done so well, especially with the inclusion of the end crystals, which do have their own mechanics. As far as having the Ender Dragon in your campaign, I'd have to say yes, if your players can handle it. You will definitely have a TPK on your hands if the players are too low of level, so be careful. The Endermen are the most curious of Minecraft mobs. They seem particularly drawn to the end dimension and are uncommon visitors to others. Endermen are tall, black, bipedal creatures with long, thin limbs and purple eyes. An Enderman will become enraged and rush to attack whoever dared to look it in the eye. When defeated, it can sometimes leave behind an ender pearl, which, when thrown, teleports the thrower to the place it lands. This monster has a challenge rating of 6, making it slightly more of a fight than the Blaze. This is considered a medium encounter for a party of 4 at level 5, but 2 Endermen can make this encounter deadly. It does have a fair bit of hit points at an average of 78, but it might be difficult to land an attack due to its evasive teleportation. The Enderman teleports whenever it takes damage or is the target of a ranged attack. They have a multi-attack action, Slam. On a hit, it deals 1d8 plus 4 bludgeoning damage, plus 2d8 necrotic damage, totaling an average of 17 damage per hit. If a player is unlucky and the Enderman lands 2 successful hits from its multi-attack, that's an average of 34 damage.
Now that's a lot of damage!
If you decide to use this monster on lower level players, use caution. The Enderman is susceptible to water, taking 1 cold damage for every 5 feet it moves in water, or for every gallon of water splashed on it, or whenever it starts its turn in the rain. As a side note, this monster adds a new language to D&D called End Speech. Not sure if it has much use in a standard D&D campaign, but could open the door for some interesting character ideas and development if they're proficient in End Speech. How did the player learn this language? Are they part Enderman? Are they cursed? Is the Enderman worth adding as an encounter? Yes. Out of all the Minecraft mobs they added to D&D, the Enderman is my favorite. This monster could be a good way to challenge players to get creative during combat to defeat it, rather than just the old hack and slash till it's dead method. It definitely stays true to its Minecraft origins, and can make for a scary encounter that your party won't forget. The Wolf of the Overworld. The Wolf of the Overworld in Minecraft can be found in the Taiga biome. As a pack, it hunts sheep, rabbits, and foxes. It can be tamed by a player who feeds it bones. After it is tamed, it will follow the player and attack enemies that are hostile to its master. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this one. There isn't much to talk about with the Wolf of the Overworld mob. It's just a standard wolf, which we already have in the monster manual. In fact, looking at the wolf stats in the manual, they're pretty identical. There is nothing that makes the Wolf of the Overworld different from the wolf stat block we already have. Therefore, I don't think it's worth having in your campaign. I would have rather have seen a different mob from Minecraft with a D&D adaptation, like an Evoker or a Vex. Let me know down in the comments what Minecraft mob you would have liked to have seen in D&D. These Minecraft monsters are definitely worth adding to your campaign, at least to try once. I definitely would recommend trying an encounter with a Creeper or an Enderman. They provide players with a unique fighting experience, and with a little bit of creativity and imagination from the DM, these creatures can open up new stories and side quests for players. Don't let these creatures' blocky appearance deter you from using them. Give them a look that suits your campaign. D&D is about storytelling. So, what story can you come up with for these Minecraft monsters?